Hello, and welcome back to Living Room Yoga with Joanne. I'm Joanne, and I'm glad you all are here. So we're going to get started today in a nice seated position. So maybe lifting the flesh from under your sitting bones, and as always, if you need to sit up on a blanket or a block so you can find length in the spine and sit comfortably, please do that. And then when you get to that position, we're going to just drop the elbows by the sides so the shoulders move down away from the ears. And let's close the eyes, the beginning of our practice. Your hands can be palms down if you want a little grounding. If you're wanting more receptivity, you can have the palms open. And you can always do one of each as well. So whatever you like for the hands. And then begin to just check in with your body. So we'll do our inventory here at the beginning. Close the eyes. Taking note of any areas in the body that feel tight or uncomfortable. Being aware of them. Checking in with the mind and how you're feeling today mentally. And just noting that. And then optional is to set an intention or a dedication for your practice today. So choosing one thing to focus on, maybe it's alignment or breath, or maybe you would like to dedicate your practice out there to someone or something, whatever you'd like. So setting an intention for yourself and your practice today. And if you haven't already, really begin to deepen the breath. So again, as a reminder, the breath starts in the belly and moves all the way through the whole body to the chest, causing your collarbone to rise up. Big wave of breath in, and as you exhale, we reverse that wave. At the bottom, gently draw navel towards spine. So the inhale automatically reinflates your belly. And if you notice that the mind begins to wander, or you begin to lose track of where you are during the practice, you can always bring it back gently to the breath. So it happens for all of us, so try not to get frustrated with yourself. Be kind to yourself. Listen to your body throughout the practice. If you get distracted, that's totally normal. Just bring your attention gently back to your breath. And maybe begin to think about each inhale as a sense of expansion and opening. And each exhale as a letting go and a grounding. And then we'll we'll gently allow the hands to come away from the legs a little bit. We're going to bring them by our side on the floor. Again, make sure your posture is tall. So we're going to squeeze the shoulders up as we inhale. Squeeze them up by the ears, nice and tight, big squeeze. And on the exhale, we're going to sigh it out and drop the shoulders. Inhale again, squeeze up, create some tension. Exhale, drop. One more time, inhale, squeeze. Tighten. Exhale, sigh it out. Awesome. We're going to inhale, sweep the arms up, reach up. Exhale, float the hands down. Imagine sending energy past your fingertips. Inhale, float it up. Nice and light. Exhale, send the energy way out. Inhale, reach. Exhale, release. Great, bring the hands back to the thighs, soften the shoulders. Take a deep breath in as you grow tall. Exhale, bow the chin to the chest. So keep the shoulders back and the chest open, just head heavy forward. Breathe into that stretch across the back of your neck. Take another breath here. And we'll invite a little bit of movement. So as we inhale, rock one ear over the shoulder. Exhale, come to center. So nice and slow, nice and smooth. Try to let your breath, inhale other side, guide your movement. So it starts with the breath. The inhale draws your neck open. The exhale brings your chin forward. Good. Next time you come to the right, pause. Inhale, open. Walk your left hand to the side. And then walk your hand behind you just a little bit, opening through the chest. So you should feel that all the way down the arm. And then just gently move a little bit. So moving the neck around with the arms stretched open and behind you a little bit. Just find some nice, easy movement as you breathe. You should feel it change the stretch in the neck. And as we move, we kind of trick the muscles into letting go. So that's a nice way to kind of trick the muscles into stopping that grip. If you've got real tight neck and shoulders, kind of play with this a little bit, and it should help the muscle relax as you're trying to lengthen it and open by the movement, so it sort of trains the muscle not to hold all the time. So take one more breath here. Good. Bring the hand back in, drop the head to the chest. Inhale, take the head upright and just notice how that feels. See if it feels different. This side of my neck feels longer than the other side right now. So we'll do the other side. Drop the chin. Inhale as you draw the left ear toward the left shoulder. Open the chest. Make sure the posture's tall, and then walk your right fingertips out to the side and then behind you just a little bit. Maybe activate the fingers. You should be feeling this down the whole arm, feeling that connection into the neck. And as you're ready, invite a little bit of gentle movement, breathing as you move. And as always, if you have pain in any of this, don't do that. So you want to feel a nice opening and release. It might feel tight, but if there's pain, you want to back off. Using the breath to infuse the tissue with fresh oxygen and blood. Take another breath or two. Good. Slowly draw the arm in as you drop the chin forward and take the head upright. And just observe how that feels, hopefully a little more open. Good. Inhale. We'll sweep the arms up here. Reach up as you ground your shoulders. Take a breath in. Grow tall. Draw your pinkies back a little bit. Exhale, we're going to float our arms to a T position, so come halfway. Soften your shoulders. Lean forward slightly with the torso hinging at your hip, so you've got a little space here. We're going to swing the right arm under the left. Swing the right under the left. And then your arm position can stay here. We're creating a bind at the arms where we've crossed. So depending on what you've got going on with your shape, listen to that. So we don't ever want to struggle. So we're going to bring our torso upright, stacking our bones again, head above shoulders, above hips. Make sure you're not leaning your head forward. The neck is nice and long. And then the arm position can stay here. You can have the hands back to back. If you can create the palm to palm bind without stressing your wrists, that's fine. If you can't, don't worry about it. So wherever you land with the arms, we're going to make sure our posture is nice and tall, neck is loose. And then you're going to find a sweet spot for your arms. So arms can come up or down. And then I'm going to turn so you can see the arms can also go forward or back. So find a sweet spot where you really need a release, and you'll know where that is. Everyone's different, so look for that. And with keeping the posture nice and tall, so we'll take a few breaths here. In your sweet spot, see if you can find that place and breathe into it. It should feel good, it should feel like a release. And really bring the breath all the way up to the lungs, to the top of your shoulders. Take one more breath. Fill up. Exhale, relax completely. We'll slowly unwind the arms. Good, and then let's shrug our shoulders in between here to open the chest, to reset ourselves. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale, bring the arms up. Soften your shoulders. Breathe in. Exhale halfway to your T. Soften again. Hinge at your hip, lean forward. Create a little space so you can swing the left under the right. Come back to your tall posture and find the arm position that works on this side. It might be different. And then again, play with it. Find your sweet spot. I like to raise my elbows so the backs of my arms are almost parallel to the mat. That's kind of a sweet spot for me. So listen to your body, find your breath. Deep breaths. The top of your lung comes just below this trapezius muscle. So it really comes, the lungs really come all the way up to your shoulders. So see if you can fill them to the top. One more breath here. Great, let's slowly release as we unwind. Settle the shoulders, shrug your shoulders here once, sit up tall, hands by the side here, and just check in, see how it feels in the neck and the shoulders. So yeah, the lungs come way to the top here, so they, start here-ish, and they come all the way up. So we can really take advantage of that and fill the lungs. Deep breath in and out. Great, let's slowly make our way to tabletop position. So on all fours, we'll come to hands and knees. We're going to brighten our fingers on the mat. Index and middle finger point forward. We're going to press the mat away from us. See if you can ground down through the inside of your palm as well. So by the thumb side and index. Bringing the knees directly under the hips, feet parallel behind the knees. And we're going to push into the floor a little bit. So we're activating and lengthening. Keep the neck nice and long. And draw your navel gently toward your spine as you breathe out. Creating a little bit of activation in the core. Good, so from here, insides of the elbows roll forward with a micro bend in the elbow. We're going to inhale as we allow the belly to fall toward the floor. So we're going to sag and drop the belly, but we're going to send the tailbone way far away. So we're going to think about length rather than completely wrenching up with the neck and the tailbone. So we're going to think long. So create lots of space here. You should feel a little stretch in the belly. And then as you exhale, tilt the tailbone, drop the head, push the mat away from you as you arch up into cat pose. Inhale as we open. Exhale as you close and round. So again, let your breath be the guide. Inhale, open. If that seems weird, don't worry about it. But eventually, you might become more comfortable with that concept. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Good, one more. And exhale. Good, come back to a tabletop, to a neutral spine. I'm going to take my hands out a little bit wider than my shoulders, and I'm going to bend my elbows, and I'm going to plant my chest between my hands. So come all the way down to the mat, to the belly. Awkward S pose here for a moment, and then we'll slide the legs out, tops of the feet will press into the floor. So from here, hands are right next to your chest. We're going to tilt the tailbone toward the heel and inhale for low cobra. Draw your shoulders back, glue the feet, let's lift the hands and take a couple of breaths here. Breathe into your belly. One more breath. Exhale, release down. Inhale. Exhale, press back all the way to a child's pose. Stretch the arms out, forehead down. Soften your shoulders. Inhale, come back to your tabletop, onto all fours. So we're going to do a little mini flow like that. So as I exhale again, I'm going to plant my chest between my hands, awkward S pose, come down. Inhale, low cobra. Lift your hands, let's take one more breath here. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale, press back into your child's pose. Good, one more round. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, awkward S. Inhale. Low cobra, lift the hands. One more breath. Bring the chin down, inhale. Exhale, press back, child's pose. Inhale, tabletop. Awesome. From our tabletop, walk your knees behind your hips just a little bit. We're going to next come into downward dog. So I'm going to tuck my toes. No rush to get the legs straight. Breathe in. Exhale, peel your hips to the sky as you send your torso toward the floor, chest toward the floor. Pedal your feet one leg at a time. Walk out your dog. Anytime you need a break in the practice, please feel free to take one. So we're pressing the mat away from us. We're melting our chest toward the floor as we're walking our dog out, just warming up the hamstrings and the calves here. So come onto your balls of your feet, inhale.
Exhale, settle your heels toward the floor. Doesn't matter where they land. From downward dog, we're going to inhale and come into high plank pose. So we're aligning our shoulders above our wrists. If this is too much, always you can come down, lower the knees. We're going to do that now. Drop your knees. Awkward S, chest comes between the hands. Inhale, low cobra. Breathe in. Exhale, release. Chin down. Good, tuck your toes. This time we're going to you can come through tabletop, or you can press straight back to downward dog. And we're going to take that in a little mini flow as well. So take your time with your transitions. See if you can make the moves smooth and coordinated with your breath. Maybe that's a new thing to you. No worries if it doesn't work, but give it a try. Inhale, we come to plank. Drop your knees, exhale, awkward S. Inhale, low cobra. We'll take another breath here. Return the chest. Breathe in. Exhale through tabletop or straight back, downward dog. Good. Take a breath. Inhale, come to plank pose. Exhale, drop knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, low cobra. One more breath here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, downward dog. You can come through tabletop. We're going to do that one more time. Good. Inhale, plank pose. Stacking our bones. Exhale, drop knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, low cobra. Release to the floor. Take a breath. Tuck your toes. Tabletop to down dog or straight back, downward dog. Take a breath here. Good. From here, we're just going to find a nice slow stroll to the front of the mat. So see if you can pay attention to the sensation as you walk your feet up between your hands. Notice the bottoms of your feet as they touch your mat. Measure about 2 fists between the feet and bow over the legs here. Let the body hang. Breathe in and out. Let the head dangle. Maybe sway a little side to side. Letting all the stress of the tension of the week roll off your back into the earth. And then nice and slow as you're ready, we'll tuck our tailbone and roll ourselves to stand. Take your time as you come up one vertebra at a time. Shrug your shoulders at the top to open the chest. Got a couple half salutes here. Inhale, reach, stretch up tall. Ground your shoulders. Maybe you lift the chest to the sky if that's comfortable, a nice easy back bend. Exhale, hinge at your hip and swan dive into forward bend. Fold over the legs. As you inhale, we'll come to a flat back, lengthen your spine, open your chest. Exhale, melt into forward bend, over the legs. So you want to bend your knees here as much as you need so your hands can be on the mat. If you're up here and you can't reach, bend your knees deeper so you can get your fingers on the floor. Then tuck the head toward the shins. So each time you come here, as the legs warm up, you might be able to straighten the legs a little more with the hands down. So try that. Here we are. We're going to roll it up. Inhale. Roll up nice and slow. Shrug the shoulders. Open the chest. Sweep it up. Inhale. Maybe a light back bend. Exhale, swan dive, forward bend. Inhale, flat back position. Exhale, fold. Roll it up. Tuck your chin. Open your chest. Last time, inhale. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, flat back. Fill the lungs. Exhale, empty out. Good. Roll it up. Inhale. Shrug your shoulders. Open your chest. I'm going to face you guys. You can stay where you are. Inhale, sweep the arms up. We're going to catch a wrist. Sorry if my arms are a little bit cut off. Catch a wrist. Stay grounded in both feet and reach up and over through the side body. So we want to imagine that we're sort of a shooting star here, and we're stretching out, reaching, and flying through the sky. Take a breath. As you breathe in, see if you can pull a little more without straining your shoulder. Exhale, soften. Good, we'll inhale back to center, switch the grasp, reach up and over. So really working on stretching through the side here. So try not to round forward, you'll lose that stretch. Reach up and over, it doesn't matter how far you come. Let's see if we can pull a little more. Exhale, soften. Great, inhale, reach up. Exhale, float the arms down. Shrug your shoulders, open your chest. I'm going to come back to the front of the mat. We're going to inhale again. Reach up, maybe that gentle back bend. Lift the sternum to the sky. Exhale, fold, swan dive, forward bend. Inhale, lengthen into flat back. And exhale, melt, forward fold. So now we're going to plant the hands next to the feet. I'm going to take a giant step back with my right leg, come to a lunge posture, and I'm going to drop my back knee. You can always take this closer or further away depending on your flexibility in this hip flexor, always keeping the knee, the heel underneath the kneecap, so it's nice. This is a constant here. We're going to scissor action our legs to find a little lift internally through the midline. So we're going to come up and lift up. Option is to take the arms up for crescent lunge. Again, maybe you find a gentle back bend and lift the sternum to the sky. Don't dump into the low back at all. Lift up. Breathe in. Soften your shoulders and your face. One more breath. Good. Exhale, float the hands down to frame your front foot. We're going to walk our hips back and pull the toes toward the face here in half monkey. Come onto your fingers here. You can use blocks if you need. Anytime, use some props. Open your chest. So from here, we're breathing into this front hamstring. We're just going to play a little bit with the stretch in the back of the leg. Find a breath. You should be feeling a pretty good stretch here. And then we're just going to gently let the pinky toe fall toward the mat to open it up a little bit. Bring the leg, foot back to the top, and then draw it to the other side. So we're gently windshield wiping our foot side to side, and you'll feel that change the stretch in the back of the leg, maybe into the IT band a little bit as you open out to the pinky side. So just breathing, playing with that a little bit. And then we'll slowly bring it back to neutral right at the middle. Come onto the heel. Exhale as you walk your hand and plant your front foot. We're going to tuck our back toes under to lift the knee. Lift both hips. Pull the left leg back to meet the right in your downward dog. Take a breath. Good, we'll do a little mini flow. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, drop knees, chest and chin to the floor. Inhale for cobra. Lift the chest, lift the hands. Exhale, come down, take a breath. Good, tuck your toes and take it back, downward dog. Good, from here, bend your knees, and we're gonna try to bring the left leg up between our hands. We're gonna drop the back, I'm on the wrong side. Bring the right leg up. Pardon me. Drop the back knee, uncurl the toes. Again, check that this is constant. The back leg can be forward or back, depending on how that feels. And then lifting up through the midline, scissor the legs a little bit, open your chest. Lift up out of the back body. Breathe in. Good, exhale, float the hands down to frame that front foot. Again, we'll walk it back, half monkey, come onto fingertips or blocks. Open your chest here, draw the foot toward the face, starting in the middle. Take a breath or two here into the hamstring. Good, and then we're gonna gently play with that windshield wipering the foot. Inhale, open the pinky toe side toward the floor. Coming through center, big toe comes the other direction. So just a little side to side. Keep breathing. Good, and then we'll come back to center, coming onto the heel. Slowly plant the foot, walk your hands down. Tuck your back toes, lift the knee. This time we're just gonna step forward. Come to your forward bend. Fold over the legs here. See where you are. Maybe a little more open. Maybe shake it out. And then we'll roll it up. Inhale, come on up. Shrug your shoulders as you open your chest. Sweep it up, inhale. One more side stretch here, reach up and over. We'll inhale through center, switch the grasp, reach up and over the other way. Inhale, stretch up, exhale, lower the arms by the side. Shrug your shoulders, open your chest. Good, I'm gonna step my right foot back, and I'm gonna have a heel to arch alignment. So back foot is perpendicular to the front foot. Hips are facing the long edge of the mat. So nice and tall, feel lifted through the midline. So inhale, we'll take the arms out, soften your shoulders. So my shoulders stay above my hips and I lengthen the arms. Imagine someone's pulling one arm in each direction. We're gonna turn the gaze to our left hand. And then all we're gonna do to come into warrior two is bend the front knee. So check your stance and alignment if you need. If I wanna go deeper, I need to take my back foot further out so I can keep this constant of the knee above the heel. I wanna see my big toe in my peripheral vision. So I still have my shoulders stacked above my hips, my arms extending east-west, gaze to the left, breathe here. Breathe in nice and tall. You want to lift up out of the back body. Engage your core a little bit. From here, we're going to try peaceful warrior transition. So my legs are going to stay constant. They're not going to move at all when I transition to peaceful warrior. I'm going to turn my front palm to face the sky. As I inhale, I'm going to lean a little bit forward. Inhale. My legs should not change, and then as I exhale, I'm gonna float back. Just to open the chest, I don't wanna dump into my back here. I still wanna lift out of the back body and open through the front. So this is just a guide. I'm not leaning on my back leg. It's just a guide for me. And then I lift. Keep challenging the legs in this pose. Breathe. Nice and soft. One more breath.
Good. Inhale, take it back to warrior two. Soften. Breathe in. Lower the arms. We'll straighten the front leg. Pivot your left foot in and your right foot out. So we'll do the same thing on the other side. Check your alignment, heel to arch or heel to heel. It's nice and tall. Send the arms east-west. Soften the shoulders. Stretch through the fingertips. We want our feet really active on the mat as well. So we're grounding our feet. You're going to gaze to your right fingers. Breathe in. Exhale, just bend the right knee. Check your alignment. Make sure your stance is appropriate for your knee. Good. Finding a breath or two here. Warrior two. So I'm actively grounding the outer edge of my back foot in warrior two as well. I'm drawing my knee open so I can see my big toe. We're going to flip the front palm up. Remember, the legs stay the same. Inhale, reach. And then exhale, float back, lifting through both sides of the torso, but feeling a little more opening and stretching in the front ribs. Lift up out of your back body. One more breath here. Nice and soft. Good. We'll inhale as we move back to our warrior two. Take one more breath. Good. Lower the arms by the side. Straighten that leg. Turn the right foot in. Take your toes to face the corners of the mat now. We're going to sink into our hips. Keep the knees open and keep the chest tall. So again, you can challenge yourself if you want more, you sink deeper. If you don't, that's fine. But listen to your body so you know where you are and if you need a challenge today or not. So it's totally up to you. We're going to open up. Again, torso is tall. We're going to add our arms, cactus arms here for goddess pose. Keep the shoulders back. Imagine you're holding up a wall here. Keep the tailbone dropping, knees opening. Breathe in. Lots of energy and heat in this pose. Good. We're going to take a little flow here. Forearm to thigh, reach up and over. Good. We're going to inhale as we come through center. Exhale as you reach the other direction. You should feel this in your side body. The neck should be soft and open. Inhale to center. Exhale as you stretch and reach. Good. Inhale, open. Exhale, reach. Inhale, one more time. You guys got it. Exhale, reach. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, center. Maybe take one more breath. Lower the hands to the thighs, straighten the legs. Oh. They're talking, burning a little bit. Heel toe the feet back to center. So coming back to your mountain pose. Take a breath here, maybe shake the legs out a little bit. And then we're going to take a balance pose. So we're going to do the tree today. So again, you can always use a wall if you need a little support or a chair or something nearby. I encourage you to try it without the wall or the chair if that's okay for you. Obviously, if you fall out, you can always try again, so it's not the end of the world. Every day is different with balance. So we're going to ground the feet. I'm going to shift my weight to my left foot. I'm going to make sure I've micro-bended my knee. I'm going to fix my gaze on something that's not going to move. So a notch in the tile or the floor in front of you is fine. And then as I feel steady, Imagine roots coming down from the sole of your foot into the earth. And then I'm going to take my right foot to the ankle with the toe down if I need support, or to the calf, or if you feel up for it, you can try the inner thigh if your pants aren't too slippy. Take your hands to your heart as you're steady. Open the chest. Whenever you're ready, stretch your arms out. Soften your shoulders. Keep breathing and soften the face. Notice that my leg that is on my standing leg is open to the side. It's not pointing forward. Good. One more breath in your tree. Hands come to the heart, slowly down. Release the leg. And come on down, shake it out. So then we'll try the other side. So you forget about what just happened on that one. We're going to shift the weight to the other leg. Again, fix your gaze, check you micro-bended your knee. Imagine those roots in the earth. And whenever you feel steady, ankle, calf, or thigh, leg is open to the side, so I'm nice and open in my hips. Hands to the chest as you're steady. When you're ready, take your branches up. Soften your shoulders. Find your breath. Sometimes it's nice to imagine a little inner smile at the corners of the mouth and the skull to create a little lift, a little lightness to your pose. As you're ready, we'll slowly come out. Hands to heart. Release the foot. Shake it out. Excellent work. Let's come down to the mat now. So I'm going to come through a squat. You're welcome to come down however you like. I'm going to squat down here. Briefly take my hands into my thighs and open the chest. Prayer pose for the hands. Maybe this is comfortable for you. If not, you can skip it, or you can take something under your heels if you need. Finding a breath in and out. And we'll slowly come all the way down to the mat. So I'm going to stretch my legs out and lift the flesh away from my hips. I'm going to draw the toes toward the face. And I'm going to unfurl myself to the mat. So I'm going to slowly see if I can use my core strength and come down as slow as possible with my heels grounded. Chin tucks. Making your way down to the mat. Good. And then once you're on your back, shake it out a little bit. And as you're ready, you're going to take your right leg high in the sky. So we're going to flex the foot and lift the right leg up. So you can use a strap here or a tie. I'm going to use my hands to hold my thigh. I'm going to hold behind my thigh. I'm flexing my foot toward my face. So we're going to do a little tension and release. So from here, again, you can use a strap. I'm going to draw the toes toward my face, heel toward the sky. And then as I inhale, I'm going to resist the grasp of my hands. I'm going to press my leg into my hands. Inhale. As I exhale, I'm going to soften and draw my legs toward me a little bit more. So inhale, we press away. That might give you a little traction and stretch on the neck and shoulders as well, which is kind of nice. Exhale, soften. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. Make sure that the neck is neutral on the mat. If you're like this, you need a little support under your head so you can have your neck long. One more time. Inhale, press. Exhale, soften. It should create a little more ability to go deeper into your stretch. So from here, release the hands down next to your hips. Keep the toes drawing toward your face. Trace a line with your heel as you extend that leg down to the floor. Good, and then just let the leg soften and just notice the difference between each leg. So my right leg feels a little bit longer and a little bit closer to the mat. And that's a good sign that we did some good work. So then we'll take the left leg up, draw the toes up, flex the foot, hold on behind the thigh. And the leg can be bent too, that's okay. We're trying to get into the hamstring a bit though, so if you can draw the toes toward the face and the heel up, that'll help open up everything. So we'll do that tension and release again. Inhale, press the leg into the hands. Exhale, soften. Inhale, press. Exhale, release. Good. One more time. Inhale, press. And exhale. Release. Good. Keep the foot in the air as you release the hands by the side. Draw the toes toward the face. Again, trace a line with the heels slowly to the floor. Good. And then shake the feet out a little bit and notice how that feels. Hopefully more even. Good. And then we're going to bend the knees and draw them into your chest. Hold on to your shins. Squeeze the knees in, and we're going to make some circles with our knees to massage our back. And reverse. Good. Squeeze the knees in again. So as we squeeze the knees in, I'm going to inhale. And then I'm going to exhale and peel my head up and place my nose right between my knees if I can. I'm going to hug myself into a little ball. Squeeze. Find a breath here. Breathing into your thighs and your belly. Good. Exhale, release the head, neck, and shoulders to the floor. Keep the knees into the chest. Take the arms out to a T. Squeeze the knees in. Use your core strength. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, see if you can keep the knees squeezing in as you lower the legs to the right armpit together. So take your time. Keep the knees squeezing in. I'm going to place my arm on top of my thighs to deepen the stretch. That's optional. And then I'm going to gaze to the left extended arm. I'm going to find a couple deep belly breaths here in the twist. And with each out breath, just soften and let go. I'm going to release that top arm to the floor. I'm going to bring my head to center, and then I'm going to squeeze the knees into the chest. So using the strength of my obliques to lift the knees to center. Squeeze the knees in. Breathe in. Exhale, slowly lower both knees to the left armpit. Option, arm on top, and gazing to your extended arm. Couple deep belly breaths here. Great, release the arm, bring your head to center. Again, squeeze, use your core strength to squeeze the knees back up to your chest. Great, hold on to your shins for a moment, squeeze the knees in. And then we're gonna make a couple circles with the knees. So we're gonna squeeze the knees in. I'm gonna open my knees out wide, stretching into the hip a little bit, and then slowly make a big circle so the knees move away. I inhale as they come in and open, and exhale as they move down and back together. Inhale up, open, and exhale down and together. Good, so come in again here. We're going to go the other direction. So I'm going to take my knees as they're together. I'm going to push them away a little bit. I'm going to open. Inhale, draw the legs in and together. So big circle, working in that hip joint. Open. Good. Inhale. As you open the legs and bring them in. Exhale. They move down and out. Last one. Back to center. Good. Drop the feet to the floor. Let the feet be about a hip width apart and parallel. Take your arms down to the floor, palms down. Walk your shoulders away from the ears. Really walk the hands toward the hips or toward the heels, excuse me. And make sure your neck is neutral on the mat. From here, press in evenly to hands and feet. We're going to inhale, peel the back up. And exhale, lower. We're going to imagine the knees moving to the front of the mat as we inhale, peel up. Taking a little bit out of the glutes, exhale, lower. Inhale again, one more time, up. And down. Good, so this next one we're going to do is optional for you. If you practice the full wheel, you're welcome to do that now. Otherwise, we'll do another bridge. So palms on the floor. And I'm going to inhale and peel up. So if you want to take a little more of a challenge or an option, you can clasp the hands underneath you, rock your shoulders behind you a little further, and lift the hips higher. Make sure your neck is neutral. Gaze is straight up. Don't turn your head to look at this while you're doing it. So if you want one more option, you can take the hands under the back for support, thumbs around the waist, and lift up even higher. And then one more option is one leg at a time, lifts up and down. Or you can take the full wheel. Keep lifting the hips. As you're ready, hands come down, slow down as you come out one vertebra at a time. Good, come all the way onto your back. Take your arms out to a T, walk your feet out just a little bit, and we'll windshield wiper our legs from side to side. Just letting go of any tension. Preparing for your final resting position. So ask yourself if there's any last posture that you'd like to take. And please give yourself some time to do that. If you're ready to relax, check in with the back. Make sure it feels comfortable. If you have any tension there, you can keep the knees bent, feet wide. Knees fall toward the midline. If your back feels pretty good, stretching the legs out is also an option. Feet at least a mat width apart, toes out to the sides. I'm going to tuck my shoulders under my chest to open my heart. Palms face the sky. Neck is nice and neutral on the mat. My fingertips gently curl toward the hand as they relax. Closing your eyes and parting your lips to relax your jaw. Allow the eyes to be heavy and fall back away from the eyelids. Just sinking into your resting position, letting go of any tension in the body and the mind. Relax your entire body. Breathe in and out. So keep breathing and sinking with each out breath a little deeper into your relaxation. Scanning your body for any tension that you might be holding or that might be lingering. See if you can surround that tension on the inhale with your breath. And as you exhale, just visualize that tension melting away from the body and into the earth as you let it go. Relax your entire body completely. Relax. 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 And just allow your fingers and toes to start to move a little bit. Rotating ankles and wrists and rocking head side to side. And as you're ready, slowly bend your knees to place your feet on the floor. You're going to roll to the right side to a fetal posture for just a moment, noticing any changes in body and mind, recalling any intention you may have set for your practice today. And honoring this place of stillness that you've created. And as as you're ready, slowly use your left hand to push yourself back to a comfortable seated posture, coming into easy pose. Sit up nice and tall, floating on the spine. Let's inhale as we sweep the arms up together. Reach up. Connect your hands at the top. Slowly bring them down to your heart. Bow to yourself with gratitude for practicing today. We'll bow to each other. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today for your practice. And please let me know. I always encourage feedback and requests. So if you have any requests, feel free to let me know. Thank you.